that when you see the right thing, you do it. And when you see the bad thing, you leave it straight away. And seek their advice, seek their counsel. Then when you reach a decision, when you decide on a resolution, put your trust in Allah. And that implies when you put your trust in Allah, you go about and you fulfill your decision. You act on your decision. You don't sit back and wait for things to happen and you're just being a spectator or a watcher on the side. You take part in the action. You're right in the field. You're making things happen rather than just watching things happen. There are people who have very good minds, very good knowledge. They can really analyze things and reach at certain decisions. But these people, when they lack decisiveness, they're incapacitated. They're paralyzed by their analysis. Why? Because they overthink things. They want to work out things and process things, and they overdo it to a point of inaction. So they don't do anything in their life. Decisiveness and hazm in Islam means that when you see the right thing, you do it. And when you see the bad thing, you leave it straight away.
Do what you need to do, tie it, and then place your trust upon Allah. And a similar meaning is found in the Sahih. Therefore, a Muslim is to capitalize upon every means that Allah has made halal to attain the good of dunya or the good of akhirah. And this does not contradict tawakkul, as Imam al-Shatibi, he said, it does not contradict tawakkul. Rather, it is part of tawakkul. Even if these means seem to be very ineffective and small. You may say, Ya akhi, my CV is very weak, and my wealth is very little, and my efforts are very small. You have to take the means if you want your tawakkul to be complete, whilst your heart is completely attached to Allah. Almighty is sending a very powerful message for you and I. We need to do our part. We need to do our bit, and Allah Almighty's assistance will come after that. This is part of tawakkul. Similarly, Maryam alayhi salam
fix a certain problem, but you always put it off. Tomorrow, later on, I will do that. When the circumstances are perfect, when I feel, the situation is right, I will do it. That's indecisiveness. And this is what kills the dreams of most of humanity. This indecisiveness comes from different places, mainly from fears, unrealistic fears. And it comes from our doubts about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that He's not there for us to help us. Whereas when someone truly has trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they would act. And this is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the verse where He said to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, seek their counsel. And when you reach a decision, put your trust in Allah. Allah didn't say when you reach a decision, act upon it. He said when you reach a decision, put your trust in Allah. That implies when you put your trust in Allah, you're gonna act. All the great people in the world, when they started doing what they did, they didn't have all the means. They didn't have it all figured out. They didn't have all the answers. They just trusted. And they kept moving forward, and the answers will reveal themselves. Because we think we need to figure everything out before we start, but this is not how the world works. And you have the basic skills to do it, but still, there are so many questions unanswered. There's a lot of uncertainties. You need to actually start into it. Ali radiallahu anhu, he had a famous statement that he used to repeat. He used to say, "Man jasara aysar, wa man haba khab." Whoever musters their courage, things will start easing out for them. You need to venture into things. You need to jump into the unknown sometimes, because things don't reveal themselves all at once. And he says, وَمَنْ هَابَ خَابَ, but whoever is controlled and governed by their fear, they will be disappointed. They're up for a lot of disappointment in their life. Why? Because they live their life small. They'll sell themselves short. Life will go by without them doing anything substantial, without them tapping into their potential. Every human being has treasures within them that Allah has given them, that they are supposed to tap into and bring out into the world in service of their Creator first and foremost. Other people can do it, I can't do it. Other people have what it takes, I don't have what it takes. I'm afraid that I'll fail. I'm afraid that it won't work out. I'm afraid I don't have all the answers. Be sure that shaitan is controlling you. When the Prophet ﷺ set out for the battle of Badr, 300 people are going to fight 1,000 people. There's no certainty. Completely outnumbered. Yet the Prophet ﷺ put his trust in Allah, and they ventured, and Allah gave them victory. History has a lot of examples like this.